think it's raining outside. I wouldn't know I can't go outside. Greetings from quarantine. It's Krissy. I made it to Seoul. Can't go outside right now because quarantine, but I was able to make it here. The flight was pretty much a breeze.
You saying goodbye, Toby? You saying goodbye to the house? Say goodbye, house!
Goodbye.
So you're currently packing. Must pack this. Mom's doing PPS stuff. And they're mostly packed. Pretty much. There's a little room in that one, which is good. But yeah, now we wait to go in, today's Wednesday, Sunday, on Sunday. Oh no! Toby's crate is all ready to go. Got a few weeks left in me. And then of course, like I said, Mom's been working on PPS, so check out that train. Ask me if I actually helped on this. I did not. Moral support, I guess. Moral support. Are you napping? Because it's nap time? Because we do this every day. Are you napping? Oh, you're not napping now. Let's see, she's still napping. She's still napping. Still
Okay, so my camera overheated because it was getting hot in here. So you'll probably hear the air, but that's because we're getting a heat wave for the next couple of days, which is great. But anyway, going through the airport, I didn't really take a lot of video because honestly, I just wanted to make sure I got on my flight. When I got from Omaha to Detroit, my layover time was about 35 minutes, and I didn't know. I'm used to domestic flights where they start to board about 30 minutes before. Well, for an international flight, they board an hour before. So I was power walking as best as I could to get there anyway, and I was a couple gates down and I heard them doing final boarding for my flight, so I ran through the Detroit airport. No shame, did not care, wanted to make the flight. Got to the front, she checked my PCR test and took my temperature, and I had to fill something out. I was able to get on the plane and relax. I upgraded that flight, so it was perfect. I actually was able to relax on that flight and lay all the way back, and got to Incheon Airport about 13 and a half hours later. Honestly, that flight felt like it went pretty fast. Like, it felt long, but it was really relaxing. I highly recommend finding a way to upgrade because I was able to stretch my legs and move around, and it was really quiet, which was really nice. But when I got to Incheon Airport, there's like a lot of checkpoints that you have to go through. So when I first got there, you want your passport out and they want you to download the quarantine app, which I knew about, so I already had it on my phone. And then from there, you are in line and you go up to the first desk and they take your temperature, they check your passport and all of your paperwork, and then they send you off to another line. In that line, they have you open up the app and start to fill out your information and your contact in Korea that's going to vouch for you being there. And they send you to another line, and that person calls your contact, checks your passport again. I just kept my passport out because everyone had to check it. Checked it again, sent me to another line where there was a couple of paperwork forms I had to sign, check my passport, check my temperature, and sent me through to the next line, which I didn't realize it was lines on lines. So this one was customs, and they took my fingerprint scan and took a picture, sent me through, and then I got to baggage claim. So after I was able to go through all of those checkpoints, then they let you out to baggage claim. I was kind of worried because I have 2 huge bags and then another rolling carry-on aside from my backpack, but they had these great little trolleys, so I was able to load everything up. Went through where you like declare if you're bringing any food or whatever, and was able to exchange my money for Korean won. Went through the doors and they took my temperature one more time and asked if I was taking a bus or a train to like a government quarantine facility, and I said I was getting picked up because I had my own apartment to quarantine at. So there was a little waiting area, waited until my taxi driver showed up with my name card. He helped to load me all the way up, and I was able to go from Incheon to Seoul. And I was like looking out the window at that point because I knew I wasn't going to be able to see much while I was in quarantine. So that was my little time to kind of check out the sights. The mountains are just so beautiful coming up out of the water, especially with where you land at Incheon. And I just couldn't get enough of it. It was so gorgeous, so I'll be super excited to explore. But then I was able to get to my apartment, and it was about, at that point, like, I want to say 7:30 p.m. Korean time, which means that for US time, it was like 5:30 in the morning. So even though I'd pretty much been awake the whole entire time, then my body kind of kicked in, and so I couldn't fall asleep even though I should. So I unpacked everything, moved things around in my apartment that I wanted to move. I got really lucky that my school already had some furniture set up. I did end up ordering some things from IKEA, which you'll see me unboxing and putting together, because the couch, I knew my dog Toby was going to rip it to shreds with his nails. So I wanted to get something that would be okay with his nails, and wanted to get a bigger bed because he is spoiled and he does get to sleep in the bed with me. So was setting all of that up, and pretty much I've just been hanging out here till then. The school is awesome and sends 2 meals, lunch and dinner every day. So I've had way too much food. I've got food in the freezer now because I can't possibly eat it all. And I'm just waiting until quarantine's done. But that's pretty much it for now. I'm just waiting for dinner to show up for tonight, and that's about it. If you have any questions about the whole process, leave them in the comments. But otherwise, that's it.
And up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make it mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. I've been waiting for the one forever. Finally I got you, baby, here in my heart. When I'm with you I feel so much better, oh yeah. Before you I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life and started